So in this video, I'm going to go over how I got this channel monetized in just under half a month, and how a few days after actually getting monetized, I managed to almost hit over $100. Not exactly, but just very close. So basically on this channel, I uploaded my first video, as you can see, on the 17th of January of this year. And just half a month later, I'm pretty sure, I'm not really good at math, so I don't know how many days exactly. You can see it in the title when I actually did the math. But anyways, just around half a month later, that's what it took me from my first upload to actually getting monetized, as you can see here. I can also show you the other stats, so it doesn't look like I'm faking it, whatever, like my subscribers, as you can see. Consistent growth, watch time, same, views, same. I will also show you that it's actually in US dollars, because I've had someone say that, oh, you're just using Zimbabwe dollars to show this, and no, US dollars. Click save. As you can see, I can even refresh it, and it will show, yeah, $234. Now, why I picked this channel is because it's a fairly recent channel that I got monetized. I think it was my second one that I got monetized in this year, and it's also one that is still doing decent. Like, it wasn't just one that I got monetized and then the views just dropped after this. I will literally show you the lifetime. It has made me $20,000. So now it's just earned me, yeah, consistently over $50 a day. Nothing crazy right now. I had some other good days and months before summer, because summer is usually where the views and the RPM starts to dip, because summer is usually when people are outdoors and they're not at home watching as much YouTube as they used to, and it's also a lot of advertisers are not really pushing their ads. They're waiting for that last 3 months where it's Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc., and that's usually where the RPM goes up. So I'm very confident that I can just scale this to over $200 a day just from ad revenue in Q4, and so I'm just very confident that it has taken a bit of dip right now, but I'm pretty confident that I can scale this to over $200 a day just from ad revenue in Q4. And I'm also earning from affiliate offers on this. Like, I'm earning more from the affiliate offers that I link in the description and in the videos, etc. in on this channel. So it's not really a big deal that the ad revenue takes the dip. I'm still getting consistently over 10,000 views a day, and that is making me thousands of dollars from affiliate offers. So enough talk about this channel. Let's actually go into how I actually found the niche and what my thought process was. And also, it's a very unique method that I don't see being talked about too much, so let's get started. Now, the unique method is the so-called channel multiplier. So it's basically, you have your main channel, let's just say a generic history channel, and that is performing very well, and then you make a channel in a sub niche around that, and you basically just use the same niche to get that audience from the main channel. Now, most of you probably don't have a channel that is performing well and that is worth replicating, but you can do this from a competitor. I would show you how, but I just want to show you kind of how the kind of system and framework works to kind of put your mind in the right direction with how you can actually do YouTube. So this picture is more if you have a channel, but it's also a great way to actually show you how you can actually find a niche as a beginner. Now I'm just going to go through it. Now, this is not my picture, but it was designed to kind of lead the traffic from your main channels to the new channels through, as it says, end screens, community posts, and comments on their videos on your main channel. I wouldn't recommend this, as you want to have as much organic traffic as possible, but it can be a good way to give you that boost, but only, and I want to repeat, only if it has a very similar audience to that channel, for the new channel that you make to the main channel. Now, going back to my channel, I did replicate a channel that was doing well, that I already own, and just going in the sub niche. But as you can see, I didn't lead the traffic from anywhere. I used, or as you can see, browse features. So basically the YouTube homepage, suggest the videos, YouTube search. That is the biggest. I didn't kind of put it in end screens or whatever. Because I replicated the main channel a lot, I used the kind of same thumbnail format and same video style, etc. But it was very different audiences, so I didn't want to kind of push that main channel onto this new channel because just the audiences wouldn't fit. So I'm just going to show you how to use this channel multiplier system to actually start building a profitable YouTube channel. Now the tool I'm going to use to actually show you this is vidIQ's outlier tool. You can do this just researching on YouTube, but the tool I'm going to use will just make it so much easier. It's a very great tool that you can get. You can get like the unlimited version where you can get as much outliers shown as possible from a keyword. Paying for the monthly plan, I think, is like $20 a month. I will put a link in the description. But you also get access to all of vidIQ's other tools, so it's definitely a great version. You can also use the free version of this, but you won't get as many videos as I get. But I'm just going to show you using this tool because it's just very straightforward and very simple. So I'm just going to actually show you how to do this using the history keyword as it was shown in the channel multiplier, as I do get a lot of messages from people inside the free community and on YouTube saying that they really struggle to find niches. So I'm just going to show you how you can do that just using a simple keyword like history. It's literally a subject in school, so it doesn't get more simpler than that. So the first thing we're going to do when I'm on the vidIQ's outlier tool is I'm just going to first of all just kind of take the subscriber count down a bit. You don't want channels with crazy subscribers, and sure, it shows the outlier, but again, if it is a channel with a lot of subscribers, that can kind of skew your thought process. So you might see a video get like 10 million views, but the subscriber count for that channel is 5 million subscribers. Then it probably might not be a very good video to replicate, because that channel has built up that subscriber count for probably a very long time, and it also has a lot of subscribers who would just watch anything that channel or person posts. So I would recommend doing that. I usually just take this slide down to like under 300,000 subscribers, because we actually want to find channels that are fairly new and fairly low in subscribers and that are actually started recently, and because that would just give us that proof of concept that we can also go into this niche and it won't take us way too long to actually get subscribers, to get monetized, to get views. So this is just very important. I also like having the publishing date last 6 months to actually find videos that are and video ideas that are doing well right now. You can also mess with the settings here. I'm not going to do it right now, but like the video length, the range, more to 60 minutes. I usually kind of like having it over 8 minutes to actually find those videos that have mid-roll ads. If it's under 8 minutes, then you know you won't earn as much from ad revenue. But again, if you have a system like me where I prioritize actually building a kind of YouTube business that also earns from digital products, affiliate offers, etc., then you know your video length really doesn't matter. Views per hour, you can mess with this, outlier score as well, but I'm just going to click apply. And here you just get tons of videos. I'll just scroll down. As you can see, just a lot of videos to actually go and kind of find something out of. So I'm just going to see here this one first, History Radio. And this is a very recent channel that actually just got monetized. Started 3 weeks ago and got monetized. So this is a very generic history channel with a lot, like they're making videos about, I'm not gonna say that guy's name, so I won't get demonetized. But also they're doing like World War II, World War One, as we saw, probably more in the future. But it's just very generic history channel, as we saw on the channel multiplier. But they're doing, I think, just very basic history channels, history stories on like the videos. And they're also doing like 3-hour videos. You don't need to do this, but they're probably making crazy money out of this just because of the RPM. But I was actually trying to find something a bit more simpler to actually make. So you can just scroll through here. I would just try to find something that might be kind of interesting that we can kind of take inspiration from, and that we can go into a sub niche or a very similar niche. So just something like this: who was the biggest trader in history? That might be something you can worth going into, like maybe making a channel just based on dictators and such. So just 60 seconds knowledge. Okay, so they make very short videos. I wouldn't recommend that because you want to make over 8 minutes if you want to get mid-roll ads. That is just very important. Your RPMs are going to be very bad with just very short videos, although they are very easy to make, and you can definitely get a lot of views from this because it's just easy to digest, and you will get a lot of views on it. But I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend making videos that are over 8 minutes at least. But you can definitely draw inspiration from this. So the first thing that kind of grabbed my attention from this channel is that their top performing videos, I sorted by popular, kind of goes around the theme of medieval, so like medieval history. As you can see, their first and their second video is kind of around that subject. You can also like samurai, maybe if you want to do some research on that, but also some other things like Roman Empire, ancient Greeks. But the top performing videos, or their two top performing videos, was about medieval. So I'm just going to go back to video quiz outlier tool. I'm going to write medieval. I think that's how we write it. I might be wrong. Yes, I'm wrong. Sorry. I wasn't too good in English. Medieval. Yeah, that is right. So here, just make sure you have your settings as it was. So here I'm just gonna scroll down and see if there's anything interesting. I'm actually just going to open a few channels in another tab. It's like this one, Medieval Forge. I wouldn't recommend doing something like this because, yeah, it's just like a walkthrough. You probably won't get monetized with this unless you're doing like a voiceover, so I'm not going to do that. Medieval History, that was another channel. I'm just going to open that in a new tab. Medieval Wisdom. So there's already proof of concept, like some people are doing this niche. Medieval History, I already did that. Raw Medieval. Scroll down if there is anything other interesting. The Wicked Historian, might look at that. Medieval History, that is already done. So you can just scroll through this and actually see if you find something that is interesting. Of course, don't be as quick as me. I'm just doing this to actually show you an example. So I'm actually just going to show you right now how I can actually go into this niche. So I have a few example channels here that I can start replicating. So just start here. Medieval Forge, very small channel, recently started 1 month ago. They're uploading. I can see your channel stats. Yeah, they're uploading basically daily, and they're doing like medieval prep videos, like how medieval people preserved meat for years without refrigeration. So this is definitely an interesting concept. I would try to find, actually, I think I had some more channels that kind of did the same thing. Yeah, Medieval Wisdom. They actually did the same thing, kind of those prep videos about like medieval history. As you can see here, 7 forgotten medieval survival techniques that modern preppers ignore. So this is definitely an interesting niche to actually go down to. There is proof of concept. As you can see, this channel is they're getting 750,000 views a month. And as you see, last 6 months, 5 million views. Very good. Started 7 months ago only. So just a very recent channel, and definitely something that you can go down on. Uploading pretty frequently. As you can see, over 20-minute videos, so their RPM is very good because, of course, more mid-roll ads, the longer the videos are. So this is a niche you can go into, and you can replicate their top performing videos, just adding a spin to it, kind of like this, and just finding their competitors and just looking at their top performing videos, just replicating that simple process and just adding your own twist to it. It's really not much more complicated than that. There is proof of concept that you can do this in. Of course, there might not be a lot of good affiliate opportunity with this, but it's definitely a route you can go down on. But one thing I really want to specify is just you don't want to copy blindly. You want to follow a framework that I call the CCN fit. So it's basically when you find video ideas, you want to basically find something that fits your core audience, the casual audience, and the new audience. So just showing you how this works with this channel, I would just try to find something like, yeah, this one, 7 genius medieval tricks that kept peasants fed year round. So that's a very interesting concept and video, because first of all, it's the core audience. It's kind of like, oh, they might be very interested in medieval history, but they might not know actually how the medievals use kind of these tricks to actually be fed year round, how kind of very poor people manage to do that. So that might be a very interesting video concept to the core audience. So of course they will click on that. It's also very interesting to kind of the casual audience, people who are a bit interested in medieval history. They might watch a few videos here and there on it. It's definitely interesting for them. And also it reaches the new audience. This is very important if you want to have channels or videos that actually get these kind of views that this channel is getting. You want to kind of reach this new audience. So what I mean by this is basically people who don't really care about medieval history. Like, it's not something they're interested in. It's not something that they would normally click. But if you make a video concept that is interesting and intriguing like this one, then it's definitely something like a new viewer that doesn't really care about medieval history will definitely click on, as the views show, because it has kind of that intriguing and kind of gaining that curiosity with the viewer, like be fed year round when they're so poor and living in medieval history. So it's definitely something that you can go down on. And I'm just going to show you kind of the opposite of that, where you don't kind of follow this CCN fit. So I'm just sorting by popular. I'm just really going to scroll down and actually find something here. How medieval soldiers protected their inhabitants during long siege. It kind of hits the core audience, or well, it does hit the core audience, because it might be something interesting for people who are very invested in medieval history, like and kind of the battle aspect of it. It doesn't really hit the casual viewers if you're kind of interested in medieval history, because, well, it's not really intriguing. It's not adding a lot of curiosity to the title. Like, in my opinion, it's a concept that if I was interested in medieval history, or kind of semi-interested, I would really click on. And it definitely doesn't hit a new viewer audience, because it's not intriguing enough. It's not something that they would really care about. Like, why would a new viewer care about how medieval soldiers protected inhabitants during like warfare and such? I'm not even sure what long sieges mean. So the CCN fit is definitely something you want to kind of put in your mind and kind of think about every single time that you consider actually making a video. So you just want to have as many videos as possible that actually hit the CCN fit. So I'm just going to show you some more examples. So this is another example, raw medieval. This is another medieval channel, of course. And like the top performing video, as you can see here, what was a medieval battle really like? It's not like in the movies. Very good video idea. It hits the core audience who are very invested in medieval history, because they might not really know how the medieval battle was, and like it put emphasis on how it really was. And they might be like, well, I thought I knew how medieval battles really were. Like, are they different? And they might click on that. And it also hits the casual viewer. So if you're semi-interested in medieval history, you know, it has an intriguing title and thumbnail, or the packaging as we call it. So you see here, very interesting title, interesting thumbnail, sorry. A living hell kind of adds curiosity to, okay, why was it a living hell? What was it really like? Etc. And it also kind of hits a new audience, because again, it has curiosity on how medieval battles really were. And we've all seen medieval battles in movies, like it kind of says, So to have that last line where it's like it's not like in the movies, that kind of hits the new audience who might just be scrolling through YouTube, who might not care about medieval history at all, and it really just captures that attention because like all of us have seen a medieval battle scene where they're like running towards each other with swords and they're like uh, fighting it out. Like, is it not like that? So it's definitely a very interesting video title and thumbnail and concept, and that is shown in the views that we're getting. So I'm just gonna scroll down on this channel to actually find a video where that kind of concept didn't actually work, where they actually didn't follow the CCN fit. So something like this: why were medieval archers more dangerous than knights? Kind of hits the core audience, not really well. Even if you are kind of interested in medieval, then I don't know, you wouldn't really care about that. And if you have some knowledge about medieval history, then you might be like, well, that is not true. You know, knights are way more powerful than archers. So you might not even click on it because you have that knowledge on the subject. It also doesn't hit the casual viewers if you're semi-interested in medieval history because it's not intriguing enough. It doesn't add enough curiosity. Like, there's not really enough reason to click on it, and it definitely doesn't hit the new viewers. If you don't give a damn about medieval history, then you won't give a damn about why medieval archers are more dangerous than knights. So just studying your competitors and kind of seeing, well, this video kind of hit the CCN fit, like something like this: 6 medieval weapons so brutal they were forbidden. As you see, very interesting, very intriguing, adding a lot of curiosity to the thumbnail and title, and it's just a very good video idea. So that might be definitely something that hits the core audience, the casual audience, and the new audience. So another channel that I found, this is not medieval history, it's more ancient history. Yeah, Roman Empire, ancient Egypt, etc. As you see, same here with the ZCN fit. The most horrific sexual practices of ancient Egypt. Very crazy thumbnail and title, and just a very interesting concept that kind of hits the CCN fit. Like, if you care about ancient Egypt, then you're definitely clicking on this. If you're a casual viewer, kind of care, then you're going to click on this. And if you're a newer audience, if you don't really care about ancient Egypt, but you get this title and thumbnail up on your homepage, then there is a big chance that you're going to click on this. And the reason why it didn't pop up is, if you can't guess it, it doesn't fulfill the CCN fit. So basically, it hits the core audience. If you are interested in, I guess it's the Roman Empire, you would be kind of interested in this, and you might click on it because you might have some knowledge about Emperor Commodus, and you might know that, I don't know, that he was a bad person, bad emperor, etc. So if you kind of have that knowledge, then you might not really know about the sexual practices that he did during when he was emperor. So it kind of hits the core audience, but it doesn't hit the casual audience. Like, if you're semi-interested in the Roman Empire, then you might not actually know who Emperor Commodus was or care enough to actually click on it. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not really sure who Emperor Commodus was, so I wouldn't really care about what sexual practices that he did, unlike the kind of ancient Egypt. And it definitely doesn't hit the new audience. If they don't really care about the Roman Empire, then they won't know who Emperor Commodus was. Like, I'm semi-interested in the Roman Emperor, and I'm not really sure who that is. So literally just a very small thing, like actually mentioning the name of the emperor in the kind of thumbnail or what is being talked about, it just totally ruined the potential of this video. And they could save this video with just changing it to like the horrific sexual practices of, I don't know, the most brutal Roman Empire in history. Just a really small change like that would just really make it perform so much better. Like, here is literally just an example. Horrific things this Roman emperor did to boys on his private island. So, like, if it was horrific things Emperor Commodus did to boys on this private island, if he did that, then it would be on the bottom row, because again, it's too specific, it doesn't follow the CCN framework, and it just won't hit that new and the casual audience. So, like, even something like this, the most depraved emperor in history was only 14, and it even mentioned his name here, the horse of Elagabalus. Not sure who that is. So here the Roman emperor was mentioned, but because of this first line here, the most depraved emperor in history was only 14. The video did well because it kind of hits the CCN fit. If it was just like the horse of Lagabalus, then it wouldn't hit that core, it wouldn't hit that new audience, it wouldn't hit that casual audience in the same way. And that's just apparent. Like, it was just scroll down. Emperor Nero castrated this boy to replace his dead wife. um, not interesting enough. Most people know who Emperor Nero is. I believe he's the person who burned down Rome, but again, like, most people won't care and doesn't hit that CCN fit. Now, this was just a very simple, straightforward method that anyone can use to just find niches that you can build around, and just using this channel multiplier method that I talked about. Now, if you want a step-by-step tutorial on how to actually do this, make the videos, write the scripts, make thumbnails, similar to, these, whatever, like edit videos, outsource, literally anything, and actually find affiliate offers. Because I haven't mentioned this a lot, we don't want to rely too much on ad revenue as it is fluctuating. We want to actually turn this into a YouTube business and actually make money in other ways and not just relying on ad revenue. So if you want to do that, then join my free school community. Inside here, you have a bunch of things like tools, case studies, freelancer lists, niche lists that are just uploaded weekly with just new top performing niches, like the ones I mentioned in the other tool here. And you also have my courses. I will go through the free version here. It basically just shows you everything you need to start your profitable channel, like the best Chrome extensions, what is a good niche, different methods to actually find niches, how to actually find viral video ideas, how to choose a channel name, make a logo, banner, setting up your channel properly using the right settings, script writing scripts with ChatGPT, writing them with Poppy AI, how to make AI voiceovers with level labs, everything you need to know about video editing, how to create visuals, how to find stock footage, how to edit them in CapCut for free, how to make a good thumbnail, how to design thumbnails, what makes a good title, and also should you outsource, how to actually outsource, etc. Like, just everything you need is inside there, and there's just tons of value here. But in my opinion, the actually most valuable part of the community is just actually the community itself. Like, talking to other people who are like-minded, who actually want to create a profitable Faceless YouTube channel. Like, you can just ask questions here, write anything you want, and you can get answers from people in the community or even from me. Like, I'll just show you some results. Like, Bobby here is making 15k a month. As you can see, the view or the revenue goes a bit down as well as with the views, because as I talked about, the kind of summertime drops. But like, the things that are possible with Faces YouTube is just so endless. So just don't sleep on YouTube at all. Like, CeeLo here just asked the question, kind of, what would be the first step to actually setting up your Faceless YouTube channels? And I just answered him, like, just saying I would make sure to create a Google account for each one of your channels, so if one gets banned, you're safe. And that's just something that you wouldn't really know unless you actually are inside a community like this, where you can actually just ask any sort of question you actually want. So don't sleep on Faceless YouTube. The opportunities, as I've shown you, are just absolutely endless. And also don't sleep on a community like this, where you can just connect with like-minded people and you can actually grow. You don't want to be a lone wolf in this game. It's not going to get you anywhere. So, join the free school community. Link is in the description, and I look forward to seeing you inside there.